Sophia, you're here, but you don't have any game system in hand. That's because we got data producer extraordinaire Eric Tay parked on the end of the couch with iPad?
Yes, that is an iPad. And I actually touched one for the first time yesterday. It was very exciting.
Welcome to the future.
So Jan came up to me and was like, you like Gears of War, right? I'm like, sure.
And you said yes?
Yes. So apparently there's this new game called Shadowgun, which is kind of like Gears of War. At least that's what the initial comparison is. And if you look at the screenshot initially, you're like, okay, big, bald, beefy dude, cover shooter.
Yep, moving from cover to cover.
Kind of like Gears of War, but that's really the only similarities.
They stopped there.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
So Shadowgun just came out yesterday for the iPad, $7.99. So the reason why Eric is helping me with this is because you know, the touchpad controls is really bizarre because you're using your two thumbs like you normally would.
So yeah, you use
but
one.
You're like rubbing the screen, and the iPad 2 is really light. So you're holding it, and I'm not sure when you would be playing a shooter, like in any kind of situation on a portable console like that.
You wouldn't like just be sitting down on BART, you know, you're commuting home, you're like, let me blow off some steam by shooting some guys.
But there are bullets flying at you, and you have to be pretty, so you're moving your left thumb just to move around, and your right thumb, so there's a circle, you see the circle on the right, bottom right, like you press that to shoot, but you move if you don't, thing is, as soon as you touch that circle, you start firing bullets, and you're very limited on bullets in this game.
Oh, really?
So you have to move your thumb outside of that circle to just point and aim without firing. So you're moving your thumbs. Like eventually I find that my thumbs are like all over the screen. It's making a big mess. It's all smeary and gross.
Well, it's a new dexterity challenge, right? To play something on a tablet because you know, controllers are molded ergonomically to fit to your hands. And as our handheld systems, there's gaming specific. And, you know, computers, everyone now is familiar with, you know, where your hands are supposed to go. But this is kind of a new input to be reaching, you know, people who have just picked up an iPad earlier this week.
I am not an iPad owner, but let's talk about the game.
Okay.
So Shadowgun, it's a third-person cover-based shooter. It's set near 2350, and you play as this mercenary, John Slade.
Yep, looks like it. Mr. Slade is getting
so he's getting fed like AI. So there's like this AI banter between him and Sarah. It's an acronym.
Okay.
It's the AI counterpart. And you're
the enemy, you mean, or it's his like ally?
It's like the Android help. So
that's not how a download bar goes. It's going backwards. Are we not downloading properly?
What are you downloading? He's like, I have no idea what is happening right now. So you're in this fortress that this mad scientist has built and has all these like crazy creations, and you're supposed to take him down. He's like some kind of crazy geneticist. So pretty standard storyline from what I'm told.
Sure.
I didn't play. Eric played more because he knew he was going to demo the game. So, but the thing is, the reason why a lot of people are excited for this one is because the graphics look really good. I mean, if you're looking at it now, it's like for an iPad game.
Oh yeah.
It looks really.
I mean, it's really it is really impressive visual fidelity.
Sometimes looks better than some of the current gen.
Yeah, and very bright, very detailed.
Yeah, so that's something that's new, and but graphics aren't everything. At least to me, it's cool that it looks nice, but. So I see Eric hasn't died yet. That's
no, he's doing well. Now he has to fight a guy who has apparently cloaking abilities. But yeah, it's interesting to see, you know, as mobile gaming or as tablet gaming becomes, you know, this stuff starts to become more widespread and more popular. It's really interesting to see what kind of, you know, visual fidelity people can come up with.
And like people can be very creative with what they want to do. And I mean, I guess if shooters can work on this platform.
Switching to the shotgun.
So you do have other weapons, but I think at any given point you can only have one. I don't think you can actually switch.
Oh yeah. Nice work, Eric. Vanquish that foe.
Yeah, but from what I played, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, Eric can just shake his head if that's not the case. I mean, you're moving from one area to the next.
Sure.
Every now and then there's like a hologram that shows like a gear which you interact with, which opens the next door, or there's a little hacking mini game, which is basically symbols and they blink and you just type in, you just touch it in. So
pretty basic in certain respects, but
yeah, like pretty straightforward.
But still a pretty cool thing to be playing on your
$8, but
$8, play it on your tablet, you know, show it off, because it's definitely, I feel like this, you know, that's sort of why we're showing it off here, is because like, hey, look at what this thing can do. This is pretty interesting.
It's true, if you can afford an iPad 2 though.
If you can afford, or know somebody with one that you can totally bogart.
But I'm so worried about dropping that thing too, because you're moving your thumb. It's also on the iPhone. Someone is asking from our community. and I don't compatible with iPhone 3GS, I believe, iPhone 4, iPod Touch.
3rd generation, iPod Touch 4th generation, and iPad requires iOS 4.2 or later. Yeah. So you can totally play this. I play this on my iPhone, little styles. I don't know if it gets even littler, how
tinier. I mean, it's one thing on the iPad screen, just big and pretty. I don't know about playing on the little teeny tiny. You know, I like my smartphone and all. I'm not an iPad, Apple user.
You know, yeah, and it's definitely, you know, if you're trying to, like, you sort of make the initial comparison to Gears of War, but, you know, it's really, you know, like you said, that comparison can only go so far because, you know, the platform, the amount of time and money, the ambition, the scope of these games is wildly different.
Yeah, and the cover deteriorates too in this one. Ammo is super limited, so you have to be pretty conservative with it. Like, I was kind of messing around in the beginning, and I ran out of ammo, and I really had no other choice but to kill myself.
It kind of sounds like you were really gun happy. Eric's got plenty of ammo here.
He's also practiced. I made him practice so he wouldn't look like a fool on the internet.
Found grenade launcher. No, he's doing a great job. Let's see some grenade launches, and then.
Is this the lobster boss? No, it's not the lobster boss.
Lobster boss?
Apparently, there's a mechanized lobster boss. So. Let's see if Airhead can make it there.
Delightful.
I don't know if he can, but
blow him up.
Oh, let's see.
Did it just? Okay, that sounded like a car horn, but I guess it's a turret.
So you have to like break down that shield, and then wow, it got really loud.
Yes, it did. Blow it up, Eric. Nice work.
Oh, there you go. More ammo.
So folks asking more about the format. Is it on Android? Apparently, according to top researchers in the control room, the Android version will be released in October.
Thanks, Takeshi. Man, I love this new setup that you guys have here.
Yes, we totally planned for it and did not improvise it 2 minutes before the show started.
Oh, is this the first time you guys have like people feeding you questions?
No, I mean, you know, it's tough to like, you know, you don't want to tote out a laptop here. There's no desk to just, you know, put on. I mean, who puts a laptop actually on their lap?
It burns.
Come on. That's
battery heats
that's preposterous.
It's kind of uncomfortable.
My thighs would get super warm. It's not happening. Eric, shoot the switch.
Where's the switch?
I don't know. That glowing thing.
You can't you can't shoot the switch.
All right, so that's Shadowgun.
He's like, I don't know where I'm going now.